Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Vine Panther Presents. Today's show, we'll be discussing the House of the Dragon as we talk about season 2, episode 4. A very dramatic episode, a lot of dramatic things. A lot of people are gone now. How do we feel about it? We're going to get through all that and see what the rest of the season holds for us. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video, comment on the video, share the video. We'll get back to your comments as soon as possible. Please sit back, enjoy the intro. We'll bring in Chris, and then we'll start the show. Oh, wait. I got to do it now. Wait. This is gonna be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional. Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Yes, I've been saying, where are the dances and the dragons? And we got that. They gave it to us pretty strong. And how did we get there? We're going to talk about that. Chris, welcome back, sir.
Welcome. It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Please, where would you like to start, sir?
So, I would like to start with the queen that never was, the princess. So she's my favorite character in the entire show. I love her arc in the first season and the fact that she had to accept the fact that she was denied the throne for her brother, essentially. Because essentially just because he's a man, right? I guess that's pretty much what it was. And I don't know, since then, man, she's just kind of been her own person. She's been her own thing. She's been just a straight badass. Even just how the first season ended, with her bringing a freaking dragon and like in the midst of, I guess, the crowning ceremony. And then today, man. Or at least not today. This past episode, the way she went out, that was awesome. So she will be missed. So yeah.
I agree. I agree. I've often said that this show has leaped time so fast and changed actors so often that it's hard for me to connect to any of these actors. But Rhaenys is not that one. Rhaenys has been the same one from episode 1 to season 2, episode 4. And her, like I said, her arc has been amazing. The actress has really committed to the role, and she played her position. Like she's like, you know what? I'm not going to be the queen, but Rhaenyra is. I'm going to be that voice. I'm going to be the hand that she should have. I'm going to be the parent that she should have. And she held it down for her. She held it down for Rhaenyra every time. And once the dragons were brought into it, she's like, I'll take the lead by myself. And let's see what happens. So I love the bravery of the fight. I felt it was beautiful, but again, it was almost like I wanted a couple more victories. Like this should have been a season finale. Like this is not just an episode. Like my problem with this is like this kind of death.
That was big.
You can't, it's gonna be hard to top that. Like there's no other character that I give a damn about, to be real. If they die, I'm gonna be like, what's happened? I don't. Like, so she was it. Like she was up there for it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I would say this. So I hear you as far as her and her death. You know what I mean? What that tells me though, there's going to be all kinds of crazy, awesome deaths. Now, if you're looking at it from a standpoint of your favorite character, then I guess that's the same thing with Stark and what the first season of Game of Thrones, where it's like halfway through the season, the first season, not even the season finale, halfway through, the dude gets his head chopped off. You know what I mean? You're like, whoa, what? That's the only character I actually recognize. I actually know him. He's from Lord of the Rings. And then you just kill him. I don't know who is everyone else.
Who is everybody else? I don't know, and I don't care.
Right. Other than Tyrion, little Tyrion Lannister. You know what I mean? Like other than that, like who are these people? You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess it's kind of like that. But to be honest with you, like looking at like some of the stuff behind the scenes and whatnot, I am confident that they will still do some stuff that will still kind of blow you away in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I know some people have been commenting saying, damn, HBO just blew their budget in just this one episode. You know what I mean? So yeah, because that was a lot of dragons going on. Like obviously we see dragons in the show, but like good part of the entire episode was straight up CGI. It was a straight up dragon. It was very, very expensive. I know. You know what I mean? So so some people were just like, oh man, this is, the rest of the season is just going to be nothing but dialogue now. I was like, no, that's not true. I mean, this is the start of the war. You know what I mean? So, and we don't know what HBO has planned. So, so I'm still looking forward to see what we have left for the entire season. It seemed like they took notes, like a lot of notes after the season 8 finale of Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? They're taking that to heart. You know what I mean? So I'm confident. If this was any other network, I would probably say
this is HBO. You were like, this is Max. They're gonna be okay.
Yeah. For the most part, Max had some some duds, but generally speaking, like they don't mess around with this shit.
They win.
You know what I mean? This is like their Sopranos. You know what I mean? Like Sopranos, The Wire. You know what I mean? They know this is what's going to set, like what's the word I'm looking for? Cement what HBO is all about, essentially. Yeah. And this is one of them. You know what I mean? This show, House of the Dragon / Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? So I am confident that they will, they'll do it justice. So, I don't know. What's your thoughts?
No, I hear you. So I want to get positive because there's some other things I was like, what? So, but like Rhaenys, so Rhaenys, what I love, she had a lot of character arc in this episode. Like she confronted or acknowledged or realized that her husband, got a bastard out there, at least one, and took it quite well. I mean, considering. And was and so I like the scene where she's like, "Oh, so you saved my husband. I'd like to see what your mama looks like because I'm not her." I was like, "Oh, like this is." And Corliss was like, "Hey, man, I ain't got time for this. I was doing whatever, but I came home, right?" I was like, "So like that could have been a thing. That could have been episodes. That would have been episodes, like in Game of Thrones. You know what I'm saying?" But they're like, "We got to keep this thing moving. Like we got to get her from point A to point B."
That was a good moment, though. I would say that was a nice moment. You know what I mean? Because at least what's his name, Alan? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course. So like, yeah. You got Rhaenyra and you got Aegon, and then you got Alan.
But it's how you spell it, though.
With us, it's how you spell it. But man, you could do that. That's like Aaron. That's like Aaron.
It is. A lot of these names are like that.
I guess. Okay, fine. I thought that was a good moment between the two. That was.
Because she should have slapped shit out of him. She could have been like, I've been sitting here holding it down for you, you know what I'm saying? And this is how you treat me, you know what I'm saying? But she was like, hey, it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? We still whatever. And he was like, you know what? I gotta get back to these ships. But he didn't know that was gonna be the last time he was gonna see his wife. Like, I want to see his arc when he's like, she died for you. Like, I'm like, Rhaenyra, like you on my short list of you gotta go. Because like he already said everything she touches goes to shit. Like he's only supporting her because of Rhaenys, really, and his family. So now with his son is gone, is dead,
his daughter's gone,
his daughter's dead, like his wife is dead. So I mean, he has to feel like I'm on the wrong side of this. Like we need to be doing something different.
And that's right. And I forgot that. Yeah, he actually thinks his son is dead. So yeah. That's right. Yeah, because I was thinking like, oh, he's gone. It's like, oh, he's just somewhere else. But then, no, in his mind, he's dead.
Yes. Yeah. So like all those emotions are gonna carry over. But so this is also, it shows that House Green is far better prepared than House Black. Like House Black does not have a military strategist. They don't have a voice anymore with Rhaenys being gone. Like, she was the hand. Like, she was the hand to Rhaenyra. Like, any kind of counsel she provided. Like, she doesn't have that anymore. And the strategist would have been like, this kingdom doesn't mean anything. Like, we don't need to be committing dragons, or anything to this fight. Where is Vhagar? Like, before you go flying the dragon out, you need to be asking basic questions. Like, where's the nuclear weapon out there? Where is Vhagar? Do we have any clue where this dragon is at? And they're like, nah, we'll just see what happens. And I'm like, you didn't think this was gonna be like some type of trap? Like, none of that, any cross any of your minds that? And I'm like, what? Like, cause it's been the Riverlands. It's been you have to take Harrenhal. Harrenhal gives you the Riverlands. If you take the Riverlands, you can take Westeros. Like, they've been saying that since episode 1. So I'm like, I can understand them being like, we need to fly and make sure Daemon is okay in Harrenhal. Like, we need to reinforce that. And then what about the North? We can get the North. But to be like, we're gonna go after this little rock kingdom thing because, and I'm like, what? And then she goes by herself. Like, what happens if you get caught? Eventually, they're going to shoot up at you. Eventually. Like, I mean, they might hit you. But, like, she flies out there by herself. Like, was it intended to be a suicide mission? Like, at what point did she say, I'm not coming home from this?
Yeah, I mean, the moment she tried to take on Aegon's
Vhagar,
huh?
The one once she saw Vhagar, she should have been like, I am out of here. Like, I'm like, this is not where I need to be right now. Like, I don't understand it. I just don't understand. Like, she took out the troops as much as she could. Right. She took out Sunfire and Aegon. That's a pretty big win. But once Vhagar shows up and you survive that, you need to get up out of here. Like, you need to be like, we need to regroup. Yeah. I
let's be real. Like both the rider and the dragon. Like, you ain't messing. You can't mess with them. You know what I mean? I think, to your point, that was a suicide mission, because it's like, that dragon is like 3 times your size. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, how? I guess. Well, this is going to be kind of going towards a little bit of a negative. You know what I mean? But like the scaling, right? The scaling, like, we see this massive dragon, right? But then when we see
Meleys, Rhaenys' dragon or Sunfire's dragon?
No. I'm talking about the biggest one.
Vhagar.
Right, yeah. With the one, homie with the one eye. That's
Aemon's dragon.
Huh?
Aemon.
Yeah, Aemon. See, I always get Aemon and Aegon. Aegon's the king. You know, okay. So Aemon, when they showed him with his dragon, the massive dragon, they obviously the dragon's much bigger than him, obviously. But if you put that scene side by side with the princess and with her dragon, it made it seem like their proportions is similar to like them being on the back of their dragons, right? And then you see them in battle, and you're like, no, like, absolutely not. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
She is far, far bigger.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just nitpicking here. You know what I mean? But the whole idea of
to your point.
Yeah.
Season finale, when Aemon and Vhagar are at the kingdom and they run into the sun, right? And he lands, right, and then you see this big old monstrous dragon come up, and she's almost the size of the castle, and you're supposed to be like, oh my god, like you're like, this is a huge dragon. But to make the fight look like something, they almost shrunk her, so she's almost the same size as Meleys, almost. So it looks like it's an equal fight. And it's not an equal fight. Like, Vhagar is 3 times the size of these dragons. Like, but it just wouldn't look right. They had to make it seem like it was almost a fair fight. And so I think they scale her down, depending.
Yeah.
You know, so it can fit the camera, and she's not eclipsing the sun. You know, like I think she's that big. If this was, dare I say, real life, I think she's supposed to be that big. But either way, like once like Rhaenys flies in. She didn't know that Aegon was coming. Nobody knew Aegon was coming. So she sees that, and she's still like, we're gonna fight. Like, we're gonna do this, right? Because they're about the same size. If Meleys not bigger, right? So she's like, I got this. Like, you get that dragon goes down, and you saw Aemon. Aemon was like this mother, like he was like, what is Aegon doing here?
Yeah.
But he was like, hey, baby, sit down. Let's see what my brother can do. And like he knew that was not going to work out for him.
Well,
Like he knew that.
let me tell you why that scene between her and Aegon was very impactful, especially for her legacy, right? She kept being passed on the crown for decades, right? Like they say, you're not enough. You're not as powerful as a king. She took on a freaking king, and she won, right? I mean, obviously she, quote, I guess, had help. You know what I mean? I guess you could say that. You know what I mean? But like, she took on a freaking king, and then so it was like, at the end, she kind of had that honor of being as powerful as
a king,
as a king, you know, as a king, as someone who was worthy of the throne. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah. So I thought that's why I think, to be honest with you, even when she saw like her dragon being torn up and then she kind of just let go of the reins, it was like she was at peace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It was like she was all right with it. You know,
once she turned around, like once when Meleys and Vhagar flew towards one another, the camera angled up showed the massive size difference. So it just when they entangled and they were flying like this, like and I was like, that was Sunfire. When Sunfire and Vhagar were Sunfire and Meleys were going like this, right? And then Vhagar shows up. It's like what? But it was that kind of massive where again, Renee should have been like, I'm taking the win and I'm getting up out of here. And if she was flying out and Aemond was like, nah, baby, like, you know, this is you and me, and he flew after her, I could have took that better. I would have took her death better. That she had the sense to be like, I need to go find Daemon and Caraxes, and we need to team up like he said, and maybe we got a chance against Vhagar. Like that would have made sense. But once she committed to be like, no, I got to take out as much as I can, she had to know that that's not a winning strategy. Like you're not beating that dragon. Like no way are you beating it.
But that was part. I mean, but the thing is, I don't think she ever expected to even come back. So that was kind of, you know what I mean? It's like,
well, so that's my question. When she said, I got this, I'm flying out there. You're saying even at that point, she was like, this is my last run. Like you feel like she was.
Oh yeah, well, you know, it's so funny. The moment she said that, when I was watching, I was like, oh man, don't tell me this is gonna be your episode. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, you know, and then like there, even last season, let's be real. Last season when she crashed the freaking crowning ceremony, I think even she thought maybe right then and there that she might even be dead. Like, you know what I mean? For what she did, you know. This woman's been grieving for a long time. You know what I mean? She's been grieving. There's all kinds of stuff that's going on with her. You know, like she lost some, you know, several of her children and whatnot. And, you know, her brother-in-law was beheaded, right? Was it?
Yep.
Right, you know,
Yep.
all this stuff has happened, right? And then again, like she was denied, not only was she denied the crown, but at least her brother, right? Or was it her cousin? I'm sorry, not her brother. I keep saying her brother. But it was her cousin that was. At least I think she took solace to knowing that her cousin was a good person and was a good king. Just for him to die and to be replaced with someone as arrogant and sadistic as this kid, you know what I mean? So yeah, she's like, you know, I don't have nothing left. You know what I mean? Like I think she was all right. You know what I mean? She was like, what am I living for? You know, she even kind of said that when her son was killed. You know, when she thought her son was murdered. You know, she kind of made it seem like, yo, like, what do I have? You know what I mean? And like her husband couldn't even really console her. You know, so I feel like she just has been on like, I don't even want to necessarily call it like a suicide mission, but just more of like, it's like more kamikaze saying like, yo, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna take as much as y'all out with me. You know what I mean? Or at least
I hear. Like, so okay, so if Meleys was mortally wounded by Vhagar in the fight, right? Yeah. And at that point, she's like, I'm not making it back to Dragonstone, right? Like that's not happening, right? So like kamikaze is gonna be me and Aemond until the end, right? Something like that, right? I could have took that better. She was ready to end it. Her combo with Daemon on episode 1 triggered this. So when I remember the conversation again when he got off I guess Craxus, or she was getting off mainly, and he was like, "Hey, you need to mount up because we're going out there to try to go get Vhagar." But anyway, Aemon and Aegon.
Mm-hmm.
Aemon is a beast, bro. Like Aemon is the one that, separate from Rhaenys, Aemon is the only reason I'm watching this show, bro. Because I love this character. Like he's about that business.
It's so funny. People keep trying to compare him to Joffrey. I'm like, no.
No.
Two. Here's the deal. Like, you love to hate Joffrey, right? I mean, Joffrey is like one of the characters like, yo, why don't this dude die? I'm so conflicted about Aemon. Aemon does some horrible stuff where I'm just telling the other person just to run away from this kid, man. Like, this dude loses one eye and he's been on a murder streak ever since. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
But wait. You know? But I say, he's a strategist, right? Like Joffrey. We all one day compared young Aegon to Joffrey, right? Joffrey was sadistic. He had no kind of sense, and he was just an asshole. He was an entitled, like asshole, right? Mm-hmm. Even Aegon truly cares. Like he's young and he's immature, but he tries to do his best for his people. He tried, right? At times, and Otto was like, "You can't do that," right? So it's not the same. Aemon has been put in this position. He was bullied, you know what I'm saying? And he got the biggest dragon and became the bully. But he's a strategist. Like, he was like, we got to get the Riverlands. If we get the Riverlands, we can take over, we can secure Westeros. And Christian Cole was like, you got this, right? Like, he's making the plans and he's executing the plans. But when Aegon is trying to step up and be like, I'm a king, and he's like, let's talk High Valyrian, and he's like, you need to sit your ass down. And he was like, yes, I do. And I'm sorry, but I love like, you remember last week's episode with the whole like the harlot thing, right? Like, he embarrassed them with the harlot.
Yeah, I got it. When they showed that as a recap, I was like, oh, this is going to come full circle.
And I was talking about that in the last video, to be like, they gotta bring this together. They gotta bring this and even if he didn't do it on purpose, he kind of, again, he let his brother fly into Meleys. He knew that Rhaenys was out there. He knew she had a bigger dragon, and he was like, let's see how this works for a little bit. Then he flies out there and he burns both of them. Then when his brother falls, he goes after the brother. Like, he's not even worried about Rhaenys. Rhaenys is the one that turned around and was like, let's do this again.
That I forgot about that part. That's right. Yeah, he like brought out a sword, like as if he was going to finish the job.
Well, no. Even before he landed, I'm just saying, when he was flying, like once Aegon and Starfire fell, right? He was flying towards them. Now, what his intent was, I don't know. My point is, his focus was his brother.
Right.
Then that's when Rhaenys turned around and was like, let me go back for round 2. And that's when he was like, all right, then Vhagar was like, oh, then let's do this. So then they flew back and they got that. But I'm like, he was focused on his brother. Now, to your point, when he gets off the dragon after, Meleys and Rhaenys are dead, and he has the sword in his hand, like, I was like, and then you see Christian Cole pop up, and I was like, oh shit, is he about to kill his brother? He still didn't help him. Even if he wasn't intending to kill him, even if that wasn't his intent, he didn't help him. Like, he took the blade and he walked off. And he was like, he can walk out if he can. And he just kept it moving. So either way, he was like, fuck his brother at that point.
Can you imagine? Like, I keep thinking about, like, I feel sorry for Cole. Like, I mean, when I say sorry for Cole, I'm not being realistic in a sense, because of Cole was a likable guy, and then he just did some horrible stuff and sent people to their death. And I was like, you know what, fuck this dude. But in this episode, I kind of felt sorry for him, because it's like, this dude's a great fighter. He does all this. And then all of a sudden, it was like, you got to worry about these big ass massive dragons. It's like someone got the cheat code or whatever. It's like I can't. It's like, what is this? There's no honor in this. There's no honor in this. Like no, we take some swords and a shield, for God's sakes. They got a fucking dragon. What am I going to do with that?
But even to your point, even when he saw Rhaenys, he was like, okay, we got a plan. Like, he was like, oh, we got a plan, right? Like, he was waiting for Vhagar to come, right? But once he saw Aegon, he was like, we gotta work, we gotta fight, right? So he took the people and he's still committed, right? He's still focused on the mission, right? So I like the fact. My point. So off camera. So this I want to do these episodes keep getting better, a slow build but worth it. So I agree.
This is probably the best. I would say this is the best episode of the season. Well, yeah,
of the series. So I would say so. The reason I say that, and my problem is off-camera stuff. Off-camera stuff. As we said last episode, the first battle of this conflict was fought off camera, and all we see is the dead bodies. Right. In this episode, Christian conquered 2 kingdoms. Right. In fact, they said we're supporting you because Rhaenyra caused the beheading of a baby. Which is what Otto said. Like, we get that story out, people are going to be on our side, right? And that happened off camera. Him taking the kingdom where he cut the dude's head off, that happened off camera. Like, if this was Game of Thrones, that would have been episodes worth of content. Like, that would have been half a season of Christian just going around like the King lands just taking stuff. But like now they're speeding it. They're like they can't afford it. I don't think they can afford it. So like as much stuff they can do off camera, they do. And then they give us this awesome battle. It was an awesome battle, but there's so much great fighting going on that they talk about to me. And I'm like, yeah. I thought Otto is the GOAT. Where is he? Where is this man?
He got banished. Didn't he get banished? Or no. He didn't get banished. He's now living with he went to live with his son. No, did he say son? His nephew?
No, he's just gone, bro. Like I'm saying, like he's not dead. He's probably back at home in their land. But my question is, Alicent should be asking where the dad is, or we should be seeing where the dad is. I'm just saying, Aegon is gonna be a cripple. Like if you know the books and stuff, like him and Sunfire are alive, but he's Aegon the cripple. Like but don't worry, he still wins in the end. But he ain't gonna be doing a lot of walking.
Don't spoil it for him. Just in case.
That's what happens when we do prequels, bro. That's what, like, don't act like you just look at the story. It ain't hard to figure out. Like
I'm just saying, some people. I'm just saying. Some people might watch this and just want to watch it. Like, no, they know it's a prequel, but they still want to watch it. I'm just saying.
And eat popcorn like they don't know. Aemon tried to kill Aegon, no doubt about it. But to the point, like he's salty. Like he was salty, and they set him up nicely. They gave you a reason why he would want to kill his brother, besides the fact that he's a terrible king and he don't know shit. Like, but you can see like they tried to give him a reason for Aemon to be like, let me show you that I'm better than you, but I'm still playing my position. You know, like
well, he already showed he was better than him when he basically gave him like a public scolding. And during their dinner or whatever, during supper?
Council, yeah.
Yeah, council, yeah, and then he was speaking in their native language.
Hi, Valerian. Hi.
Yeah, that was
high for Aegon.
That was crazy, So yeah, I think that's at that moment. I think Aegon knew he's like, oh, I'm gonna have to fight, like to prove everybody wrong, to prove my mother wrong, to prove these guys wrong, and to prove my brother wrong.
It's when I think it's when his mom shit on him. Like when his mom was like, he's like, what do I need to do, mama? She was like, nothing. Just sit there, do nothing. He was like, I can't. He's like, damn it, I'm somebody. He's like, I want to be somebody. And he's like, let me go out there and fly. That wasn't a good idea. That wasn't but again, Christian Cole again plays his position. Like he had his king's back, and he's like, we need to commit to help our king. And God is saying, so I give Christian also, let's talk about Christian is never gonna have a baby. He impregnated 2 queens and they both killed his child. Like the more that after pill is real. Like, damn.
Wait, so the other one who did that? Oh no, I'm thinking Damien. So Damien, that was the same thing with Damien. When Damien essentially impregnated his, I guess was it Rhaenyra when she was younger. Remember that?
I thought that was Christian's baby. I submit.
No, I don't think. No, I think that was Damien's.
I feel like it was Christian's. But
I don't know. You know what? It could. I'm not even going to argue on that one because it could. It's been such a.
It's been a long time. My point is, the more the after pill is real. Alicent is exactly who she blamed Rhaenyra to be. She's the hoe that's getting pregnant. You know what I'm saying, and taking the penis. You know what I'm saying, and like so, she's no better. She's at this point, she's officially no better than Rhaenyra. And she was talking that shit about her. I do love the clubfoot. Like Larys, like Sir Larys, like he brought it. He brought it. Like he was limping in, and he was like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Why is it in all these shows like the snitch has always got to either be a hunchback, it's got to be a eunuch. It's like only like yo, I got this handicap, so fuck everybody, and I'm just gonna be a snitch. Like
On everybody. I'm doing it
on everybody. I was like, oh, I got a
Everybody.
deformity. I'm snitching. I'm snitching. All of you.
I love the how he quietly but purposely told her, I know what you're doing, I know what's going on, and just to let you know I'm still watching. And Allison was shook. But then she had the maester shook. I saw a lot of memes talking about black jobs and why would they put this poor black man in this position to be like, do you believe my son should be king? I gotta go. I ain't got time for any of this shit. I gotta.
Oh no, yeah, but he was the one that supplied her with the
Morning after pill.
Yeah. Can't have no witnesses, you know.
I'm like, you know what, man? I'm out of here. Right? Hey, you're right, Chris. What if he would have said, yes, I don't think he's king? Off with his head. Why? He knows too much. I would have been like, I'm out of here. I ain't got time for none of this shit. Like, I'm trying to keep my head in my job, so I'm just gone. Disney Star Wars needs to learn from House of the Dragon writers. This is how fantasy is done. Chris may have thoughts.
Like, I mean, I don't know. No, that's okay. I know why you said. Here's the deal. No one's gonna. Star Wars fans are not gonna take how, like, at times just the amount of dialogue that you have with House of Dragon. House of Dragon, I think you kind of know what you're getting into. But with Star Wars, if you do any of that, people will be like, "Yo, lightsabers, where is it at? Why are there lightsabers?" Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't think it don't work with Star Wars. You know what I mean?
To Chris's point, House of the Dragon is a lot of council meetings. It's a lot of administrative stuff that Tywin Lannister. Let me say this: Tywin Lannister made those scenes. That actor made those scenes relevant. Like, it was Tyrion that made those scenes relevant. Like, it was because this is boring. Like, these council meetings are boring and they accomplish nothing. So, like, I don't want to see him anymore. Like, without Otto, I don't want to see another council meeting from these people. Like, they're not as engaging. And the big moves that were being done by Tywin when he was sitting up there plotting Rob's death and just writing letters and getting that red wedding together. Like, you didn't even know it until it happened, right? And I'm like, you're not getting those big moves out of these council meetings. So I think they just do it out of fan service because they think, well, that's what we're supposed to do. Nobody wants to watch Christian leading a battle. He's a good fighter, though. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He really is. Yeah, he's really good. He's just the problem is he ain't got no dragon, so it just makes him look insignificant. Well, also, again, I would rather see him fighting than fucking Allison. Like, let me tell you what I don't want to see. Like, I don't need to see him having a mouthful of Allison. Like, I don't need that. Like, that
was my complaint about Jaime Lannister. I was like, Jaime Lannister can fight. Stop showing me fucking his sister, okay?
There you go, Chris. Like, I don't need to see him inside his sister. I need to see him. He's the King Slayer. He's the King Slayer, not the Sister Slayer.
Yes,
like, let's focus. Let's focus. He's with Allison's fourth kid. He told Allison where he was going. Oh, thank you. Okay, so Otto is accounted for. Is the point of that? Aegon was teasing Aemon when they were kids. With the pig. It's been building. And again, Aemon is an example. You don't bully kids, because then they hurt people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they shitted on him.
That's right. Yeah, well, the pig is like, here's a dragon, and then they put some wings on the pig.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was okay.
That's why he took Vhagar. After they took his eye, that's why he ran outside and took Vhagar.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, because he wanted to go in the cave himself. Oh yeah, that I forgot. Okay, I forgot about the origin of all that.
Yeah. He's been being picked on. Telling me to do nothing after they cut my kid's head off is wild. So again, thank you for that. What irritated, and I said this in previous videos, it irritated me that they want us to believe that Rhaenyra's son being murdered by Aemon and Vhagar did not start dragon fighting. That this poor baby, that Aegon's baby having his head cut off, did not start dragon fighting. No, Rockcrest, whatever, this little kingdom that means nothing, is when she goes, let's get to the dragons. I was like, this don't make any sense. Like you wasted the wrong motivation. Like to me, like, hey, you cut my son's head off, I'm burning something. And then let that be the thing that starts the ball rolling.
I
But
mean, yeah, but there's a way to do it though without even like trying to start a war. I mean, look at Rhaenyra's like losing her son by Armand. You know what I mean? It's like she didn't want a war. She just wanted him. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want the war. I just want him. You know what I
well,
mean? And so it's like you know, because that's the thing too. Like, yeah, he lost a daughter, but she essentially just lost a granddaughter as well. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you know,
It's just,
I understood why she said that. I understood. Like, yeah, and yes, I think she was just tired of his bullshit. You know what I mean? And that's why it came off the way why it did. The problem was the boy is so sensitive and he's so vulnerable that at that very moment that was the worst thing you could ever say to him. You know what I mean?
oh yeah. Aegon, you're
Even though
talking about.
what she said was right. I think what she said was right. That was probably the best thing. Best thing he could do was absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? But you can't tell him that.
But you know
Don't
what?
tell him that. And not
But
in that manner. Like,
if that
you
was
know what I mean?
Joffrey, he probably had that woman killed. Damon didn't sleep with Rhaenyra when she was younger. He teased her. He teased her.
Yeah.
So it probably was Christian's baby. It probably was Christian's baby to the point.
Did you know? I don't know if this was also symbolism too. Was that like his dragon fell, right? Sunfire fell, and then what? Like a couple scenes before that, like you see his mother like kind of like looking at stuff, the little sculptures, and then
Oh, she dropped it.
Kessin drops the dragon, and dragon
Yeah,
like kind of
yeah.
like breaks apart or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was like either that
Foreshadowing.
was either symbolism of that or just more stuff from her husband that her husband had that's just being destroyed by this family.
I feel like it's foreshadowing to your point. I feel let's go with a little bit of symbolism foreshadowing with that. Since it was a Sunfire that fell like that and cracked apart. I want to get I do want to get to Damon and Harrenhal. He's on that shit like that witch must have him all kinds of messed up because he's
right. So I was going to ask. So okay, so she is a witch, right? Like for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I wasn't too sure because like I know in Game of Thrones, now maybe Game of Thrones Game of Thrones did that too, where it's like you weren't even sure if the redheaded woman was a witch at first.
Yeah.
It was just implied, right? Yeah. And then you actually see her doing some shit. You're like, oh fuck, I was like, that's a smoke monster right there. What the hell? Like, that's the shit from Lost. You know what I mean? So yeah. Okay. That's what I was trying to figure out.
I feel like she's giving him some reflection because everything is meaningful, right? Like he sees Rhaenyra as a young woman, right? Not as the grown woman she is now, but like as the young woman who usurped him as as in succession. He cuts her head off, like he's feeling guilty about getting that little boy's head cut off. Like is he missing his wife? Like he's going through some type of reflection stuff going on. But I think she's helping him through it. Like she's putting him through it. And he's trying to figure out what he wants to do, but he definitely trying to take the throne for himself. Like he's definitely thinking if I get a big enough army and I get to Westeros and the Red Keep before she does, then I can be king. I think somewhere in his head he's thinking that. So I'd be interested to see how that goes. I like this. Vhagar is a bitch ass dragon, always hiding in clouds and attacking dragons for nothing. Don't step. That's not true. Don't step to Vhagar, bro. Like you gotta remember that little dragon burned Vhagar, and Vhagar went about that. Like she's like, I was here when they built Westeros. Like she was like, you don't want that little one. And no, like you have to learn who you're playing with. And Vhagar's not one of those dragons to play with. And Aemon is no one to play with either. That's what I'm saying. So that's just a deadly combination.
Right. Oh yeah.
And they're both well. I don't know how strategic a dragon can be for the record, but Aemon is a thinker. Aemon is a thinker, and everything they need like Rhaenyra needs someone on that level, someone who can strategize this fight, and she doesn't have it. She does not have it, and without Rhaenys,
that's not true. I guess her niece, Damon's daughter, the one who stayed behind. She stayed behind because she was a strategic thinker. And then from what someone told me, because I didn't really, I've read the original, I read the Songs of Fire and Ice, but I have not read this portion or whatnot. Yeah. So, but from what I was told, she's a badass too. You know what I mean? So she just hasn't got that limelight just yet. You know what I mean? So hopefully they will give that to her. You know what I mean? So now that her sister is away, she don't have to worry about her sister, and now she can kind of do what she needs to do. So I don't know.
I'm sure she was. I'm sure she will step up. I'm not saying she didn't have the aptitude to get there. I'm saying Eamon is there.
Right. You don't think that she has like a significant big thinker is what you're saying.
No, experience. Like so. Even Corliss, Rainey said, "Corliss, I need to go," and he said, "Why?" Because our granddaughter is being overran by these people. Like she needs me right now. Like she couldn't handle these men who didn't have a clue either. You know what I'm saying? So they needed Rainey, and then she wasn't a voice. Corliss had to open his mouth, and then they set their ass down, and they were like, "Oh, never mind." You know what I'm saying? So he had to be the voice of authority until Rhaenys showed up. So I think she can't get there, and I think she might get there this season. I'm just saying that she's not Eamon level. She's right now. I just don't see it. The dialogue sometimes more entertaining, like when Rhaenyra and Daemon got into an argument. Give me that over Christian Cole's battles. y'all salty. Y'all salty over this man because he got them draws. Like don't be salty. I said.
It's just because I think it's because he's not likable. So I think they'll be okay with the fight scenes of Kirsten Cole if he's the one that gets killed. You know, if he gets killed, then everyone
he's gonna get his, y'all. He's gonna get his. It's probably not gonna be this season, but his ending will not be pretty. We're gonna do Tyler Perry's new movie at 6:00. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Surprisingly, I saw that one. So yeah.
Was it your wife?
I'll be joining y'all on that one as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Rhaenyra decided to bring the dragons because she talked to Alicent. She knew that the war was inevitable. It was time. Again, I just think that's weak. I think that's weak. Like, when did Alicent ever act like she didn't want it? She was going to give in and not let Aegon take the throne. I think that's weak. If Alicent would have said something to the effect of, again, you killed my grandchild, I will ensure all your children die or something like egregious. Then she's like, okay, I gotta take out Alicent. Like, she crazy. Like, I think there's other reasons. Baela is her stepdaughter / cousin. All right, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good. I forgot about the cousin aspect. You're right. Damn.
Well, they're all they married. They were betrothed to their own cousins because
right. But I mean, so no, I knew it was like the stepdaughter thing, but I guess I forgot because of the whole incest thing that they're also cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you
what we got? Aegon broke one dragon figurine, and Alicent dropped another. Sunfire and Meleys fell in battle. Oh, all right. I did that. That's good symbolism. And again, well done. The special effects, are top notch. You can see where the money's going. But if you watch the behind the scenes stuff, budget is often mentioned. Like they don't have the money like they used to. They used to rent out like cities, and film Game of Thrones. And whatever, either way, like Warner Brothers or HBO proper don't have that kind of money anymore. So they have to get creative when they do these kind of things. They went to Iceland for like 6 months or some crazy shit. Like they're like, no, I can't do that.
What do you mean the budget's not where it's at anymore? What do you mean?
They don't have the money. Like the House of the Dragon does not have the same money that Game of Thrones did. Like
why wouldn't they? Is it just not the same backing? What do you mean? I don't know. If anything, years later, like you would think you would have even a bigger budget.
They do not. Like we watched the house of the dragons built or something, like the behind the scenes thing, basically. Like there's if you watch on Max, there's like a whole like behind the scenes series. And they said like Game of Thrones, we were able to rent a city. We can't do that anymore. So like now we have to build a lot. Like
so because this is okay. I guess the spin-off. Okay, so they didn't give the same. Okay, because this is seen as a spin. See, for some reason, I thought they gave it the same treatment. Like it was still with the same family, like immediate family of Game of Thrones. But I guess not. They're just treating this as just a spin-off. So and I get what it sounds like too is like they were just more of like, hey, look, we ain't gonna gamble too much on the show just in case. So let's just see.
To your point, this is probably one of those shining lights like this. The Last of Us. This is a winner show. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, but at some point, I'm sure someone said Game of Thrones costs too much, and we can't be spending like $10 million an episode. Like we just can't. So they gotta work with what they got. Not to saying that it's bad, but I think that's one of the reasons why there's not as many battles as we saw, or as much. And then so they put the money where they think is most useful, probably in the dragons. David went from I ain't about to be poisoned by bees. He had to get random drinks from some witches.
That's true.
And then he woke up at the table. Like he was like, "What the what? Like, how did I get here?" And he's still talking. Like he's like, "Why am I still drinking this shit?" I was like, "She is in his head, y'all. Like she's in his head. Like he's gonna be messed up for a while. Like I don't know. But he was funny. He was like, "Why don't you just go kill your grandfather so we can get this ball rolling?" He's like, "I would never do that." He's like, "You're not useful to me." Let's also again, truly, information passing. How does Damon not know that like the kingdom is being taken in the south? And like, oh my God, like no one know where Vhagar is at. That's a problem. But to be like, oh, wait a minute, my wife niece is about to launch a dragon fight, and I'm sitting up here drinking and not knowing what the hell is going on. But he's not sending Raven. It's like it's miscommunication. And like Caraxes would have been helpful. Like it's only him. Like what's the biggest dragons they got left that Vhagar is not going to just demolish them immediately? Like what is their strategy? Also, Aemon doesn't even wear armor, y'all. You got to see when he flies, it's just him and that eye patch. Like he ain't worried about shit. Rhaenys was suited up. Aegon was suited up.
Well, think about it. His armor is the big ass dragon.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, what you gonna do? Nothing. He flies out there with the eye patch of the dream, and he's like, oh shit, like this cannot be stopped. It's just hilarious. It's Daemon is under a spell. He can't leave until he resolves his inner demons. Oh, okay.
This reminds me of the Witcher, or like a Witcher episode or something.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing did.
Yeah.
You know, same hair and everything. You know what I mean?
He's having his own Witcher moment, like by himself. Like it has nothing to do with what's going on with Rhaenyra and the rest of the silly shit. He's like, you know what? I'm in my own stuff right now. But the pace is perfect. I don't need to see them talking about Corlys's bastard. That was obvious. And a decades old mistake. I guess again, unless the son is going to be relevant, like someone in another chat said, they're going to be acknowledged as being part of the family at some point. But unless he's going to be part of the seed battle or something, I agree. I don't know where this is going or why this is relevant. Hey, Sharice, before we wrap this up, hello, Sharice. She actually watches these. So Chris and I want to say hello. I look forward to talk to you next week. All right,
let me know when you come back to headquarters.
Oh yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Oh, I gotta get to another family. Anything else for House of the Dragon, please, sir?
Oh no, I mean, you know, I guess as this video kept on, I was thinking about that one comment that basically said this is probably the best episode. And I think you said the series, and the more I thought about it, I was like, okay, yes, fine. I'll give it. I'll say that. I'll say this is probably the best. This is the best episode of the series. So yeah, I mean, thoroughly enjoyed it. Thought it was amazing. The whole time I was still worried about the budget watching this. But yeah, I can't wait to see the repercussions of I can't say it. What's the dude's name?
Aemon?
Aemon, yes, of what Aemon did. You know what I mean? So that's, so I'm looking forward to that, just to see what comes to that. But yeah, so I will see y'all for Divorce in the Black and that crazy crap of a movie. So
thanks,
yeah,
Chris.
So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, y'all.
Bye, Chris. Last comment. I got Team Black still has more dragons than Team Green. Team Green just has bigger dragons. They got Vhagar. I think it's more by quality than quantity. And Aemon is just a strategist. Like he's a brilliant tactician. And he knows how to fight. And I on or off the dragon. And I don't know how he ends. Actually, I know how some of these other characters die. I don't know how he dies. But I'm interested to see how he goes out, who finally takes him out. I probably liked episode 5 with Daemon killing his wife plus the drama wedding as my favorite. That was good. There were good moments. There were some good Game of Thrones-esque moments in season 1. I just thought they time leaped so fast that it's hard for me to stay connected to some of these characters, I would say. I never read the books. I'm just guessing. Oh yeah, to the other comment about the dragons. They do have more dragons. They're smaller. Rhaenyra has more dragons. Team Green has the biggest dragon. And therefore they're gonna dominate. They're gonna dominate. Aemon is gonna dominate the sky for a while. Anyway, guys. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Please like on the video, comment on the video, share the video, and then let's grow the channel, please. We will be doing this again next week for episode 5. We got 2 more videos coming up. We got family business coming up in about 2 minutes, so I gotta go. And then we're gonna do Divorce in the Black, Tyler Perry's new silliness. We're gonna do that. It was better than Mia Culpa. Spoiler. I really did not like that movie. But this movie had a message or something. So we'll talk about that. Anyway, I will see you around. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching us in the chat.
I enjoyed the view. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You'll be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
You want to go ahead?
Oh shit. Stacey, do your thing. Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just going to end this broadcast and say bye.